address us just now.
Thank you very much, Chair. I wanted to tell you about the vehicle activated signs in Wellington, because that's probably typical of a lot of places. There are 3 in Wellington, 2 installed by Alan Farnell, who was the councillor before me, probably a decade or so ago, and 1 I installed under my delegated budget probably about 6 years ago. It was at the location where a school crossing patrol was removed, just coming into Wellington, and the vehicles were coming in from the countryside at considerable speed into a 30 area around the location where people would be crossing over to go to school from Church Lane and down Bramdean Avenue. The residents asked for it, it's still working today, and it had a noticeable impact on vehicles coming into Wellington. It doesn't prosecute anyone, it just flashes and reminds them that they should be slowing down. And we see them as very effective, particularly in that short distance after the sign, and ideally, obviously, you then put them just before an area of concern. I'm most upset that we didn't get a crossing in Wellington at that location. I did actually save enough money in my delegated budget to have a pedestrian crossing at that location, but it was turned down because there wasn't enough traffic and all these bureaucracies and not enough people killed there yet. So the vehicle activated sign is all we've got. And they don't really cost that much. Compared to any other intervention, £4,000 and it will last 10, 20 years. And it seems bizarre, this report, is wanting to take out safety features when they're actually very effective. They could be more effective. I love them to have data logging, because then we can actually see how many times a day they're pinged and what the 85% speed profile is. With data logging, we can do a lot of intelligent stuff. And I believe everything we do in the future should have data logging, so we can actually see if they're in the right place, if they're effective, and we can capture a lot of information about that location, which could have been used to actually justify us having a crossing there. And also it tells law enforcement when there's actually people going through a 30 at 45 miles an hour, if it's just after the school run or whatever. I'd also question the repair costs. I'm an electrical engineer. If these things cost £6,000, they're now about £2,500. I can repair one in most cases for a few £100s. And I've seen other councils quote repair costs for these things, typically £500 to £600 per unit. And I'd happily buy all your broken units next year for £100 each and sell them back to you for £700 if I can repair them. Because
30 seconds.
Fundamentally, the value is there in the box and the power supplies. We can fix these things, and we should be fixing them. And if we can't fix them, give them to me and I'll fix them. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you